Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I want to apologize. We've had some technical difficulties this morning, so we are on here quite late. But if you're going to watch the replay, I'm sure you'll get some great information as it goes. So I'd like to welcome everybody, especially Rory, because he hasn't been with us a lot, and it's really exciting to see you here. So good morning.
Good morning.
I also had a message from Teresa that she was not able to join us right away. She said she would try to join us a little bit later, but didn't know if that was possible. And Michael also sent a notice that his laptop is still in the shop, so he has no way to get on. And so he apologizes, but hopes to be with our group next week.
Who was that? Sorry?
Michael Bird.
Oh, Michael. Okay.
Yeah. So first of all, I was just wondering if any of you had a chance to look at the results from our survey.
Yes.
Yes. I did.
Yes. Yes, I did.
So far, we've only had 8 people participate, and I was hoping that we would have more because one of the reasons for reaching out is to see if this is the best time slot for the majority of the people. Because I personally was really hoping that we would be able to bring on some of our other members, that maybe a different time or day might work for them. And according to the survey, people really like Friday. Friday and Tuesday seem to be the most popular days. And I was kind of surprised. Let me see if I can get into this. Because several people suggested like Friday evening even for the time slot. So that was a little surprising. And another thing that really surprised me, and I just kind of threw the question in there, was if people wanted to have a practice run at doing these hangouts. And I put that in there to give them more confidence because I know when I was learning, I was like, oh my gosh, can I do this? But doing your own hangout is really important when you become a team leader and you're able to communicate with your group. And so I am personally willing to do one-on-one hangouts as tryouts. And I think Garen probably would be as well, and Sherry, you might be also. But I am more than willing to help anybody, resolve what's going on. And this morning is a really good example of what can happen. In that you put the link up and you think it's there. And I was telling Lucinda, the first person that comes on after you post your hangout, you just take a deep breath and go, okay, it worked.
And if you have so much good energy, it pays to be the first one.
Yes. So, it's always exciting to see that first face pop on and that you can actually know that you're going to have a hangout.
A celebratory dance.
Yeah, it is. So, anyway, I was glad that I included that question because I thought, some people may not ask. Think about asking, or they're too shy to ask for help to do a hangout. But that's the main thing of our group is we're here to support each other and give information. And I did type out all those notes, and they are in the file. But if they're not clear to somebody, it's easy to walk somebody through it. And JJ kept saying to me, "Oh, it's so easy, it's so easy." And the first time I did it, I just couldn't find the right things to click on, and I'm like, I couldn't even get into my Gmail account. That's how bad I was. And I'm like, JJ, it's easy because you know how to do it. I don't know how to do it, so it's not easy. So anyway, I just wanted to put it out there that if you needed help, I'm more than willing to do it, and other people in our group are, I'm sure, as well.
That's great, Sharon. I'll probably take you up on that at some point. I do a lot of hangouts on WebEx at work. I outside of this work, but I'm not familiar with Google Hangouts so much. I would appreciate the practice at some point.
All we have to do is schedule it, and you know, just anytime, and that goes for anybody. All you have to do is either post something on our group or private message me that you would like to do a private hangout, or you know, Garen or Sherry, and we'll be more than happy to do it. Because the more people that do it, then we can rotate as well, which I think is really good when people do that.
Right.
But the main reason that I really want you to be able to do this is because it's good for your business, and it's the way that you can communicate effectively with your people, and then you can teach them. So it's calling Pass It Forward, and so you know, I'd like to do that. If anybody wants to take me up on it, that'd be great.
Great. I'll send you a message at some point.
Okay, that sounds good. So we had some excitement this week of different projects that are going on, and there's a motorcycle go by. So how about if we share briefly with what we've been doing this week, and then we'll go into some other stuff. So Garen, do you want to start it off? Garen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Is my
Yeah, I'll
sound,
start.
is it,
It's
my
better
sound-
now.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it was softer earlier. It's good now.
Okay. Thanks.
So this week I ran some tests. I have this Insta opt-ins strategy to advertise on Instagram, and I was running it to my Project Breakthrough funnel. And it's actually not the exact strategy, because the exact strategy you give away an ebook to generate leads or capture leads. But I ran it straight to my Project Breakthrough funnel. Very inexpensive, $30 to run it for 6 hours. And what happened was, you guys may know it's Mercury retrograde right now. A lot of technical communication stuff. So the guy couldn't run my ad because he's driving from Italy to Poland, and he was in Czechoslovakia, and he couldn't post my ad. So he gave me another 6 hours. Okay. That ran yesterday. So I had over 1,200 likes on my image.
Wow.
334 clicks to website, no opt-ins. Okay, so that was really cool that my message didn't match, and it gave me a chance to kind of reassess the landing page, and you know, I was just, something popped up, a part in my text and what I say, that I'm going to go back and redo that whole thing. Anyway, I gathered some really good information, and I'm writing my ebook that I'm going to use to give away to generate leads. I think it's going to be a very good way to build my list, and then gain a testimony. That's what I'm shooting for, is to get a testimony that I can videotape and then promote Insta opt-ins. I was based on, I talked to Katie a week and a half ago, and I asked her what was the quickest strategy for me to make money. And she said, build your list and use Insta opt-ins and then promote Insta opt-ins. So that's what my focus is right now. Another thing, I got some good information about a Facebook ad that ran that I wasn't planning on running, because I had paused the ad on May 3rd. I'm running it to Shark Tank interest group on Facebook, a video ad that I put together. A little snippet of Project Breakthrough Day 1, a PowerPoint, and then directing them to more information about Project Breakthrough to go to my website. Anyway, I didn't know that it was running. I paused them. It said paused, but I checked it a day ago, and my ad ran for 2 days.
Oh,
And it was just some kind of mystery of life where I had to go to Ads Manager to pause it, and then it affected the Power Editor. It was kind of weird. Another one of those communication things. But I got some good information. I got 1,500 impressions with 27 clicks to website, no opt-ins. But what's cool about this Insta opt-ins and this Facebook ad is that I built a custom audience for people that hit my landing page. So I can go back now. They're no longer they're a little bit warmer, and I can go back and serve ads to them. And this is something that I mentioned to you last week, and my apologies I didn't get to it, but I will shoot a short video of how to get that. If you haven't done any Facebook ads yet, I'll show you how to put a Facebook tracking pixel on your website, and you build a custom audience just automatically. And you can do that on your thank you page also, build a custom audience there, and then you can serve ads to those custom audiences after the fact. So that's what happened to me this past week with regards to traffic, running some tests and gathering some information. And then now I'm adjusting my strategy. That's it.
Thank you. Lucinda, how about you? You're on mute, Lucinda. There you go.
There you go. It just is a little slow getting there. You may hear a lot of noise. They're working on the roof here, and they've been doing it for 3 weeks. It's right over my head. So I have the sound of everything you can imagine, including things being clunked on the floor. It's been rather chaotic here. So if I turn off and wave to you, just go on with someone else. Anyway, my first thing was getting going with the project Breakthrough and receiving that email from Click Promise. I wasn't too happy about that. And I did send them an email to say, you know, are we still going to be able to promote it in spite of this? And are you planning on quitting, turning Project Breakthrough off? Well, what they did tell me is that, yes, we can keep promoting it, and they did not answer the rest about whether Project Breakthrough is going to keep continuing on or whether they're going to turn it off. Anyway, I decided that I've already started going back to writing my recipe book, and I'm going to still continue with Project Breakthrough for now and see how it goes. But mainly, I'm really getting into this recipe book and a couple of other ones that I've put all the information down. So I've been watching a lot of stuff that Amazon puts out. I don't plan on going in there, but they just had a very interesting one on branding, and it was I learned a lot from that, even though I don't plan on doing it on Amazon. But sometimes there's some good things like that. I've had to spend all day yesterday at the government offices to help my sister sort out her paperwork. So it's been a rather hectic start to the week, or the end of the week, or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm still feeling very positive about HTA, and I want to continue on with that. But I'm also going to put a lot more effort into my recipe book, because I'm finding a lot of people really need these recipes. The neatest one I've come up with lately is to do with a plum and almond gazpacho, which is absolute dynamite. I'm a meat-eating person, but I found this to be totally filling. Anyway, that was my most exciting part, is finding this recipe and experimenting with it. So that was fun. Not too much else right now, just wishing they would be finished on the roof because it has been rather hard on my nerves. But as we're saying with these things, it just, you know, if you get something thrown in your way, it's there for a reason. You know, it makes you rethink. You have to rethink what you're doing, and you usually find something that works for you even better. So
Thank you. That's
You're
great.
welcome.
How about you, Rory?
Awesome closing line. Thanks, Lucinda. Hey, plum almond gazpacho sounds wonderful.
Yeah, bring that to the party next time.
I know. I think you should post it on Facebook, on our group.
I'll post it on your group.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I'll take that recipe in a flash. We'll have.
I've been I've been spending a good portion of time kind of rearranging a few things, but I've spent a long time kind of just developing my I guess my social presence, and that's a lead up to building my own brand. So I know that's kind of a long term, always going on thing, but for instance, on Twitter, my goal was to get 10,000 followers by the end of this month. I'm at 3,700 maybe at this point. And on Instagram, I want to Garen's point, I think that's a great place to advertise. I'm not total 100% up to par where I want to be as far as going to his level on the shout outs and so forth. But again, I'm building my presence and getting a lot of responses. I think I have 600 and I don't know, actually over 700 followers on there. And I hope to get 2,000 followers in a month's time and just gear up from there. And this is all kind of going towards building my brand, as we spoke about earlier. And I really try to remain positive in all my messages, whether it's Facebook or Twitter, Google+. I have been posting on Google+. I'm not real great at knowing a lot about how that is affecting me one way or the other. But I'm also on another social site called BB, which is more international, and that kind of gets me in touch with some folks that are outside of the United States. And surprisingly, I've been getting a lot of Facebook private chat time with some people that are interested in online marketing and actually asking me questions, and I'm providing them with some help to the best of my ability, which is, I guess, a good start for the mentorship setup. And then I've also collaborated with another individual who is an HTA member, and he's been in marketing for a long time, very bright guy, and we've set up some free internet marketing I guess videos. We kind of conference as a group and provide kind of like a hangout videos that are more training, where he's going through trainings of how to get started at a lower cost, because that seems to be a stumbling block for so many people, is not diving in like they suggest on day 3 and Project Breakthrough. That seemed to be a bottleneck right there, where they ask you to go out and purchase all these things, which some of them are critical to your business, but there are ways to maybe get by without a few of them, to where you get your budget built and can move forward. So we're working in that group to collectively, as a group, we kind of pool all of our resources, and whatever affiliate money comes into the pot is spread out equally amongst us. So it's basically all of us promoting to help each other as a group. So we split the pie. And then those that come on board and want to join in the trainings and stuff, they also get a piece of the pie as well. So that's kind of an interesting thing that's going on right now. The guy has a really great concept, and we've been promoting that. And then I also have a promotion with another organization that's been working out pretty well. It's a lead-driven organization that brings in commissions rather quickly. And that's been helping me. I've managed to get some quick commissions, which that's kind of one of my factors that I wanted to get in place, was quick commissions while I build the bigger portion of my business on the back end, where it takes a little more money, a little more time. And so that's been working well, and of course that involves buying some traffic, which is a cost, but been working close with the human eyeball guys, which I'm sure all of you know, and they've been real helpful. I really enjoy their hangouts a lot. They seem to be really above board and just kind of more common structured, and I really enjoy the way that they present stuff and So I take a lot of what they have to say, along with VIX Hangouts as well, and try to apply those to my business. And I've really kind of drawn back my budget a little bit so that I'm more driven by setting myself up in a branding sort of fashion, opposed to just throwing money at a whole lot of things. I'm getting the tools that I need, and to further expand on, I think Garen and Sharon were on a hangout where there was a mobile opt-in that was offered. I actually purchased that, and I canceled it before 30 days was up, but I used it within that time frame, and it was great. I loved the product. I just thought it was a little too pricey, and I found another product that's coming out on JVZoo that is, I forget the name of it offhand. I'll have to look it up. It's not out yet, but they profess to do the very same thing that mobile opt-in does, and you know, you can, number one, sell it, but number two, you can buy it for, I mean, like an eighth of the price. And I'm going to try to pick up that product as soon as it comes out and implement what I've used when I had mobile opt-in. It did respond really well to getting people to just use their phone and tap on it, and you instantly got their email information. And it was really quick and responsive. But again, I think it was $14.95. Price was just a little too much, so I applied that to traffic instead, and am waiting for that other software to come out, and then I'll work that. So I've kind of dialed back on some of the tools that were kind of a little heavy on the money side, and tried to find other things that could take their place and still be using the same concepts. So that's what I've been doing for the biggest part of the week.
That's extremely helpful.
That's fantastic. I really, it must be exciting. You've got people that are texting you wanting to know about online marketing. That's fantastic. Congratulations.
Well, yeah, and you know, and it's also, you know, you got to allow that time, you know, to take care of those people, because once you get going with them, you don't want to not give them attention. So, you know, a time element is always a big barrier if you allow it to be. I've just managed to work around my corporate job and this, and I think I have a pretty good plan of attack, but you really have to watch yourself so you don't you know, get drugged down and fall into kind of a negative funk. Got to stay above that all the time.
Rory?
Yeah.
I had a question. You said BB International, that you contacted BB International for your people overseas?
Oh, it's called, no, it's a social site. It's called BB, and it's B spelled B-E, and then B-E-E, like the bee, stinging bee. And it's a social site. Now, there are a lot of foreign languages on there, but you can set your profile to English language only. You can basically be communicating with people that are, at least they either speak or understand English. And you can set your, it's a little bit different setup than most social sites, but it is geared business a little bit more. And I just, because I use, one of the other tools I use is that IFTT, which is if then that. And that's where you can make a post and it goes to several social sites at one time.
What is that? What is that, Rory?
It's called IFTT. It's called if, then that. So it's IFTTT. And if you look that up, it's a free software where you can make a recipe. Let's just say you're doing a post on Twitter and you want it to go to Facebook. You can post it once and it'll go to both. Or Instagram. You can post it on Instagram and it'll go to Facebook, it'll go to Twitter, it'll go to Pinterest.
Right. So
so that works like, it works Hootsuite type of.
Can you put that in the chat?
I just did. I put IFTT.
Yeah. Sure, I did. Thank you.
I thought it was 3 T's.
It is. You have to add one more T.
Whoops, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, and also the mobile software or app that is coming out, Rory? Do you know the name of that?
No,
That is
yeah,
going to be coming up?
I'll, you know, what I'll do is I'll put that in the group. I don't know it offhand. Actually, you know, I have my son do a lot of this research for me too when I'm gone.
He's welcome to join us anytime.
Yeah.
You know, he's
Yeah, it's awesome. We probably learned from him.
He's
Got
a
some cool stuff.
boomer.
my IT guy, you know, because he's 18, he's graduating from high school, and I just put him to work. So I had him go search for something like mobile opt-in because I couldn't swallow that $1,500 bill, but I liked the product so well. So there is a product coming out, and I'll put it in our Facebook page.
That would be great.
I've got a couple of questions. If you guys notice when I've, if it's okay with you, as each of you are chatting, instead of interrupting you, what I've been doing is kind of taking side notes in the chat roll here, so that I'm going to just kind of put your name under all of that, Rory, so that we know that that was things that you discussed and that others could reach out to you if they had questions about it. And you mentioned that you're in a group that shares profits. So is that like co-op marketing, or?
Well, it's kind of different. It's something that really nobody else is doing. At least I haven't seen it. And a guy by the name of Lionel, you may have seen him in HTA Hangouts. He's been doing marketing for years, and he's a real savvy individual. He invited me to join in with a few others to kind of throw these ideas out there, and he's developed this, he calls it a TEF, and basically it's an acronym, and it's basically where you don't spend any money for traffic. He runs all the traffic, and you just help promote the landing page, if you will, and basically whatever comes back out of that is shared by everybody. So it's a way that somebody that doesn't have a lot of money can get involved without spending a whole lot. They're just promoting, they're not spending money on a whole bunch of landing pages and stuff, and it's an easy way for beginners to start, and then they can build their own brand and take all the ideas and trainings and run with them from there. Because he's just throwing all this information out there, but he's also giving people a way to make some money at the same time.
I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So is he accepting new people?
Yes, everybody would be invited. I will just have to find out how to get you the appropriate link, and then I can provide that to everybody. It's an interesting concept, and you know, he kind of developed it because he saw this bottleneck in the PE setup where so many people would either throw up their hands, you know, because there's so much money being asked for up front, and either leave your funnel, or, you know, I haven't seen a whole lot of upsells, and maybe that's to Sherry's point. I don't know much about what she was speaking about earlier, but I haven't seen a lot of upsells, so I don't know if people were just overwhelmed or scared off, or maybe I was one of the unlucky ones that just didn't get a lot of upsells. But his take was, you know, it's just a lot and a little overwhelming before they get a lot of training under their belt to understand what the business is about before they start throwing money. And so his point is, you know, let's get them some free internet help, show them results, and they can you know, develop their own business. So I thought it was a great concept for people that are struggling. I have a lot of those people that contact me, that's their biggest hang-up, is trying to get in at a lower cost and get started and have some group to support them. So that's what I'm trying, and that's why I get response back from people, and I'm kind of taking on a mentorship role in a part of that, and it's helping me develop my other brand on the side as well. I'm not giving up my other business opportunities. This is just another way to help me develop myself as well.
Well, I, for one, would be interested in finding out more about it and joining, and I'm also curious what your brand is, what you keep referring to it, but you're not saying what it is. What do you do?
Myself, as far as myself?
Yes.
Well, I promote my hashtag, Bottom Line Abundance, as it is a big promotion. I think if you put that hashtag in either Twitter or Instagram or anywhere, you probably just pull up me. I kind of developed that because it was significant to me only for the most part. And the bottom line abundance was developed a long time ago by me because I kind of take a lot of things and put them together to have that bottom line abundance. It's the mindset, the prosperity through your own work at home business opportunities, so you have that freedom to go out and find your passion or follow your passion. And so that to me incorporates everything that I'm seeking, which is freedom to go out and do what I've always wanted to do, and having the financial means to do it. And then at the same time, I also wrap in mindset and physical healthy body in that. Now, at one time I promoted a lot of health and wellness, and I probably will go back to a lot of that at some point. Right now, the better opportunity for financial stability is in the work-at-home business opportunity. So that's really what I'm focused on at this point. But bottom line, abundance allows me to branch out and go into other areas. And if you guys recall, like on some of the hangouts with Bob Beckett and James Starr, they talk about promote your list, send them things that are number one, you're interested in, work, and are good products, and they really just promote products to their list all the time. And that's what I want to do, but I want to establish myself as being a person that actually uses those and follows that same mindset, so that I can be in tune with my list. And my list right now, actually, I've got a combination. I've got one that's health and wellness and one that's business opportunity, and that can be something that's a challenge if you don't keep those separated, because that whole concept of keeping congruent with your message is why I kind of focus mainly on business opportunity right now. I still show a big interest in the health and wellness, but that's kind of from more of a personal side. The opportunities that I promote are mostly business opportunities, just because I want to kind of keep congruency that way for a while until I get more established. I don't know if that answers your question, Sharon.
Yes, well, it gives me a much better picture. So I think you've got your act together, and I admire you for all that you're in, especially with having a full-time job.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I have my act together, but I can put on a pretty good front.
I was going to say, can I hire you to do my videos and speak? You're still well versed, and for someone that is working full time, that front is a good one, and that's what sells. So good for you.
Yeah.
Well, by the way, Sherry, I'm going to have to hit you up on some Snapchat recommendations. I do not have that under control right now, and I found out, just for the rest of the group, if you do get involved in Snapchat, I have an old iPhone, because it's a 4S, and the filters on Snapchat do not work in a 4S. So if you ever go down that road, it's better to have a newer phone, and it can be pretty fun. It's got a learning curve for me, but I actually have played with it quite a bit, but I haven't engaged it totally.
I'm not 100% on Snapchat, but I certainly will share, what I do know, and that was just the basics, which was how to get those ghost codes, because I was fighting with that, because when I first got on, I was like trying to put people's names in to find them. I didn't know how to find everybody, because I'm thinking, wow, here's a gold mine here. It's what everybody's promoting. Gary V, I can never pronounce his last name. If you want to know anything about Snapchat, let me see if I can look him up real quick. Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name. He is, yeah, here he is. Hang on one sec. You want to know
Vaynerchuk?
anything at all about Snapchat, all you got to do is follow this guy here, Gary V. And he's got unlimited amount. I mean, this is where he put Snapchat on fire. And but in terms of ghost codes and things like that, I did put something in the group about how to quickly find someone, because the minute Vic said he was going on Snapchat, there were a lot of people that said, I don't know how to find people, and I don't know how to add people, and so there's an example of how to do that in our group. If you want to contact me one-on-one, I can also show that to you. And I'm still experimenting with it. The more I watch people, the more I'm starting to figure things out. Plus, when you get on Snapchat, it does give you the option to if you go to the website, just Snapchat.com, there's also some great information there on how to use it. I'm still in a learning curve there too, as well. But I do know that there is a huge revenue potential there in terms of following, just like Instagram has. Now I wish Renee was here, because I'd love to hear more about how she's doing. But the Snapchat is even a shorter amount of time with the video. Where Instagram, let me close Facebook. Sorry for that feedback. But Instagram, I think, is 2 minutes or so, and Renee did a video the other day, and I think Instagram gave her more than 2 minutes, and she was so excited. But the snaps are literally seconds, maybe 10, 15 seconds, and you can see the little timer up in the corner, and then it's done, and then you just pick up your conversation after your 10 or 15 seconds. So for people like me that are long-winded, it really keeps you to the point and makes you get it out there. So it's a good tool for me to learn.
So Sherry, how about sharing with us anything that's happened with you this week that you
give me just a second. My problem child decided to hang on 1 second.
Okay.
The minute you get on the phone, it's like the minute you get on the phone, somebody has to do something. Well, this is my problem child here.
Yep.
People hate to adopt black cats for a variety of different reasons, and people will adopt black cats for bad reasons. And so I try to foster and take in as many as I can. Just because of that. Okay, so for me this week, I've been all over the place. My week started out with needing an inspirational boost, and who do I get my most inspiration from? One of my favorite motivators is Les Brown, and I thought after the experience that I had this morning that perhaps I could share a couple of things in terms of mindset and get my mind back in gear of positive how to train your mind. And Les Brown, who I absolutely adore, these are some notes that I took off from him that he should be credited for. Train your mind. The notes that I took are 30 minutes of positive reading daily, especially when you first wake up in the morning, because your brain is looking for it's a sponge when you wake up. You really need that, and that'll carry you through the day. And I've really started doing that, and it has made a tremendous impact in my life. I used to read in the evening and get halfway through something and then fall asleep. And even though I went to sleep with great thoughts in my mind, but the next morning I had all sorts of new things that were already there the minute I woke up. My brain, I got to get this done, I got to get that done. So I've really forced myself to train my brain to go straight to either Les Brown or any of the other variety of people that have great inspirational messages in the morning. 2007, this was a quote or something that he shared. 2007, Time Magazine voted Person of the Year was the computer. The computer gives information to anyone, whether they're poor or whether they're wealthy. All you have to do is be willing to take action on what is available to you. In terms of dedication, if you go day to day just dreaming about your goals, nothing will happen. You'll be a dreamer. Do what is required to get you to the places that you need to go. Systems are what bring wealth. We are all naked, dumb, and speechless when we are born. And we learn from birth how to succeed in life. Learning how to develop wealth systems is a choice. If you want to be lazy and complacent, nothing in your life will change. How's that working out for you? Do you choose to be broke? In regards to energy, if you're only going to dream about your goals rather than get fired up, you'll remain a dreamer. Be successful requires energy. If you lack energy, look at your physical self. How much time do you spend sitting on the sofa? Can you replace that time with a walk, with a motivational speaker in your ears? It's all a matter of choice. You choose but to be successful or to bring chance into your life if you have energy. You have to get fired up. Get moving, break bad habits, and replace them with new ones. Set aside time to take care of you, your body, your mind, and your business. They all go together. Managing your time.
And so it is.
Say that again, Garen. And
so it is. Amen. Hallelujah. Yeah. Praise the goddess.
These are the things that I wake up to. The one that's most important for me is planning and managing and balancing my day, because I still work full-time, for a corporation, unnamed corporation. I have to really balance my day out in order to get things done. And, after having, 30 minutes commuting, 8 hours at work, another 30 minutes commuting home. When I come home, what's the first instinct? I want to sit down with my cat and chill out for an hour and just let my body and my brain reset. It's hard for marketing people that work full-time. It's so easy to make excuses as to why you don't need to go and do something. Oh, I'm too tired, or I'm too this, or I'm too that. But the way to turn that around is to say, what if I don't do that? What are the things that are going to come into my life if I don't go and listen to some training, or if I don't go and... Good morning, Renee.
Good morning.
I'm sorry I'm so late.
No, honey. You are right on time. Trust me. Trust me. I just mentioned your name, so you must have heard me through that Mercury retrograde. But we were talking about balancing our day and having to, and this is where I'm going to be writing an ebook, my ebook, which is all about those of us that are still working full-time. How do you fit in something like this? And the point that I'll drive home is we're all not going to work for a corporation the rest of our lives. We see at some point retirement. And Sharon and I are, focused kind of on the boomer crowd. And Sharon, I'm sorry, I won't speak for you. Sharon has got a tremendous book coming out, by the way. I hope you talk about that. My crowd is the boomers, but also the younger group. Rory, you mentioned your 18-year-old. You're able to give him things to do that they know how to do in their sleep, where folks like myself, I've got to ask my 7 or 8-year-old grandson to help me out with. So it's a balance. It's a really fine balance with a very younger generation helping the older generation. But I was also in conversation with Jesse, who's in Hawaii, about combining those two, because I'm finding a crowd, this niche of boomers that have the finances and the availability to go places and do things, but they don't have the knowledge, the technical knowledge to do it. And then I'm finding the younger crowd that has the technical know-how that you can pick stuff up like this and run with it, but they don't have the finances. So what I'm working out right now is trying to manage kind of a mixed group there where they potentially could work together. And I'm not sure, I don't have any, I've got just kind of a lot of penciled stuff right now, but I was talking to Jesse about that. And in terms of Jesse, and I hope he comes and he speaks for himself, but he does have something in the works that's coming up. He was so kind to share the human eyeball guys with us. And he's also involved with Paycation. And being someone that's traveled all my life, as well as worked in the industry for a couple of decades, that is something that I may be pursuing as well, because I started looking at their comp plan. It's pretty impressive. But I won't say anything more on that. If Jesse so chooses to come into the group, I'll let him share his information. And with Rory, with you talking about this group of being able to help each other, I think it would be great if our group could be cohesive, and if there is a way to start something as a group, then I think that would be great. You know, I'd be all in, because I'd be more apt to trust every single one of the persons in this group versus coming someone from the outside in. But just kind of something to think about. The other thing that I wanted to really quickly share was I got really intrigued with Anik Singhal. Is anybody familiar with him? I think Rory, maybe you are.
I took his Profit Academy and met him in Las Vegas. He's a real good guy, very unique. He's made a very good business out of marketing, and I know he's got books out. He has a lot of tutorials out. I appreciated his coachings and stuff, because I went through the entire course, obviously, and I liked Anik a lot. I just continued to try to learn, and he kind of set up the whole tone for funnels and things like that I learned early on, and then I just expanded on it with Vic's tutorials.
Yeah, well, I because I'm under Les Brown and I get all of his emails, Les Brown was actually promoting Anik.
Circle of Profit, right?
Circle of Profit.
Yes.
He has been
and
all this week. Yeah. And so I learned an amazing, in just 3 webinars with Anik this week, I learned an amazing amount of things that I have, again, 3 or 4 notes on. He does have his product launch for Learn. It's L-U-R-N. Let me put that in the chat there. It's Learn. I guess.
Yeah, he's really in the marketplace right now. He did the interview with Robert Kiyosaki. Yeah. I did see Les Brown's testimony and promotion of his book, and I did catch one of his webinars this week and learn. He's got some. Obviously, this guy knows what he's doing, and he's serving doing good service within our industry.
Yeah, and he's also he also is building schools in India for kids that, so he's got, a very large humanitarian side to him, and that will attract me to something very quickly, because that is also something that I do on the side as well. I am building a network of children. One of my pages out there is Unstoppable Children of the World. And my 7-year-old grandson lit a fire under an entire city by saying I want to help another child in another country, and that just caught on fire. And I'm in the process of building that right now, and I'm very dear friends with someone that's in Kenya who is just barely now, she's got I think 27 girls and 3 boys that have been taken from some very bad traditional type things where these children are, the young girls are married off. I mean, you can research it on your own, but I'm going to go that direction with a different thing. But in terms of Onic has got a great product. It is not cheap. It's $1,400, but I think it's worth it. And I may or may not buy it, but it's a done-for-you kind of package where you can create your own business in less than 60 minutes. That's how he promotes it. Your landing pages are done for you. The training inside of the program is phenomenal. If you want more information, just contact me. I won't take up more of our time with that, but pretty phenomenal stuff. And in researching his background and his history, he's on fire right now. He's got some tremendous things that are happening for him. So
I will say that he basically launched that overseas where he's helping build schools and so forth. He launched that at the event I was at. And then I wanted to say also, I think JJ had mentioned once when he was on there, he's working with Fred Lamb. And Onic is actually the one that got Fred Lamb launched off into being a mentor and trainer, because he was just I probably said this the last time on the Hangout, but he was just a young kid making millions of dollars overnight and really didn't want to be in the limelight, but Onic drug him out, and he's fantastic as well. So he's got a lot to offer. I respect him a lot, like his stuff a whole lot. So I think you're spot on with that.
Yeah, it looks like a great product. I watched the presentation yesterday, but right now $1,500 is just more than I am ready to put out after putting out all the other money. But I do like the product. It looked very interesting, and I like the approach. And we can do the same exact thing ourselves, especially after seeing, how he did it and stuff. The only thing is it just takes time. Even when I hear him say 60 minutes, for me, I'm pretty particular, so it'd probably be more like 2 or 3 hours. But still, that's a lot of stuff that you can get put together, by using his system. I really liked it. I just am not positioned to do anything about it right now, but it's a good product.
Renee?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to share with us what you've done this week and what you're working on? And we're just we're gonna have to cut this short pretty soon because it's 10:30. I mean, it's 10:13, but we'd like to hear from you.
I've been working more on my website this week, and still working on the Instagram, putting it together, my memes, and expanding on videos. I discovered that I can record up to a minute now on Instagram, so that is a time frame that I want to learn to master. So definitely, I'm not doing it every day like I should, but I'm doing it probably every 2 or 3 days. So I'm just continuing learning and maximizing my knowledge and learning how to expand myself and help others. I've had a few private kind of like masterminding sessions or coaching sessions with other people, and it feels good. I kind of feel like maybe I might venture into the coaching field. I haven't decided anything for sure about that. I'm just kind of experimenting right now, but my website is coming along. I just have to learn a few more things to be able to put it the way I want it. So I think it's good, making progress, and I'm feeling more and more confident, and that's what matters, right?
Absolutely. Everything we do.
Every step you take forward is the biggest thing. And I signed up for Vic's Inner Circle. I have my appointment on Tuesday for the interview. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know what kind of questions he's planning on asking or anything like that. But I'm guessing part of it will be what he's been asking in the Champions series. Who am I? What it is that I want to accomplish. Why should people why should other people care and stuff like that. So I really need to get super duper clear on that this weekend. So I'm doing some prepping and clarifying, and I want to experiment more on the videos. It would be nice to learn Snapchat, but I just don't get it.
We talked about Snapchat earlier, and when you said sorry I'm late, and I said no, trust me, you're right on time. I had just mentioned that you I loved your videos. I keep following your videos. You make me smile every single time.
Oh, good.
Videos. And I think on one of the videos you had just discovered that you could extend the time on Instagram, and it was the funniest video that you put out there, because it was like like me when I first opened up the Google Hangout, when, oh my God, I could do this. But it's good. It's all good, Renee. And I had mentioned Snapchat, about doing Snapchat, because Snapchat condenses the point, and which is something I need to work on, which is keeping it short and to the point. And so I don't know. I would be challenged with 1 minute, say nothing about the 15 seconds. So I'm learning from you, and I want to say thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad it's helping. I know a few friends that said that I'm getting more and more relaxed in front of the camera and stuff. So the key is just to keep on focusing on what the actual message is and how to get the point across. I certainly love to make people laugh and have a little bit of humor in what I say, so I hope that comes across.
It does.
Okay.
It's always a joy to see your videos. That's for sure.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do want to get better. One person that I have found that I really enjoy watching his videos, and he's very personable, and he's been very successful with Project Breakthrough, and I'm sure a number of other things, is Joshua Elder. Are y'all familiar with him? I haven't looked at the leaderboard lately, but he's been on the leaderboard overall in the number 3 spot for the longest time. And
yeah, he uses video, right?
He's heavy on video. He started, I think he started 3 years ago or something like that, deciding that video was the thing to do. And he just focused on doing video for an hour or two every day, and getting himself out there with video and doing, I'm not sure what all he's done. I haven't actually looked at his YouTube channel, but he probably has a few YouTube channels. And he works on getting his videos ranked on Google. And I don't think he buys a lot of traffic. I think it's all organic through YouTube. So it's definitely something to consider. And I'm pretty excited about it. I have not uploaded the videos I've done to YouTube yet. So that's one of the things I want to do. and I want to upload them to my website and all that, because I think, you know, all the continuity of all that, it starts giving yourself a lot more visitors, a lot more eyeballs and attention. And I've noticed that I've started to have some organic clicks to my to Click Promise. And then I also added the YouTube video one that Vic and Jason have out, and I even have a couple of clicks on that, which all I did was one article on my blog, and I'm not even actually promoting my blog yet, because I want it to be a little bit more ready for prime time, you know, so that there's some kind of meat on there. So I find it interesting, and I think it's that's definitely the way to go. And any place that you do video, there's the Instagram videos, there's the Facebook videos, the YouTube videos, there's Vimeo, Tumblr. You can do videos on all those sites and more. So the key is to have, I think, kind of like a theme, you know, of where you're going, you know, with it. Not all sales and reviews, but a combination of things.
That's just like, you know, with your emails, it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
With the 80-20. You want to do 80% value and 20% sales.
Mm-hmm.
And videos could be the same.
And I don't think, excuse me, excuse me. Oh goodness, the water went down wrong. I don't think a lot of the marketers do that. You know, they're all sell, 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 sell. So it's definitely something that we can gain a foothold in. And I found it interesting when Shari had mentioned a group project that we could all put together, you know, to market, you know, to sell or something like that. That actually sounded kind of interesting. I wouldn't know what, but I'm sure we could come up with something giving more conversation to it and more thought, and we could each contribute our strengths to the project. You know, what it is that we do. I know that Rory does some really great memes with his his pictures. You know, and those are pretty cool. And I haven't seen anything that Lucinda has put out. I apologize for that, Lucinda. I haven't been following you. I'm really sorry. And then Shari does the, you know, she likes the iPad videos and Periscope and stuff like that. So maybe she can put together something along that line. And then we have our famous techie. You know, you definitely have a lot that you can share with people, and you know, things that you've learned, and you can make it sound amusing, and make it feel like people can actually do things, you know, related to the tech world, because it's a huge learning curve.
Yeah.
So, and then there's Garen and all that he has to offer. He's learned a lot with Facebook and Google and all that. So I think we could really put together a nice package, you know, if we put our heads to it. But it's a matter of focus and what it is that we really would want to set our intentions on.
Yeah, the good news, Renee, is that Rory has already come up with a solution.
I'm sorry, what?
And extend an invitation. Rory came up with a solution. He has a group that is already doing something that Sherry had mentioned, and he's going to extend an invitation to us to join that
cool.
group.
But that's what I get for coming in late, huh? I was sound asleep. I woke up from dead sleep, and I'm like, oh my God, it can't be 9 o'clock already.
Time flies. Well,
Yeah.
I'd like to share with everybody my experience this week. Excuse me. As you all know, I'm writing my book, and I have on there my finished ebook copy, but it's really not finished. I am revising and revising and revising because I sent the link out to all of you, and I've heard back from many of you, and with really good tips and advice on what I need to do. And Sherry has written me a review that was astounding. I was really impressed with myself after reading. So I was like, oh my goodness, I told my husband, I said, she makes me sound like I actually know something. But it's been a process. I thought about the whole thing, and I thought, okay, the lesson I wanted to share with you guys today is don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone, because writing is something I never thought I would do. And I was like, okay, I have this stuff that I want to share, and my whole purpose, my why behind this book is I really want to make a difference in helping somebody get a positive mindset, because I live that every day. And I know people have their ups and downs. And, you know, I struggle with it. Last night I talked to Garen and was expressing to him some disappointments that's been going on. And you know, I've been in Project Breakthrough now for over a year, well, with HTA for over a year. And, you know, I've had some sales and stuff, but they've been minimal. And I just, you know, I keep telling myself, and my mindset is, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. I am so positive inside. I feel it so much inside that I know it's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. I can envision it. I can see it. I can feel it. And I want to be able to help other people when they stumble.
And you are so doggone good at that. So hold on to that. You, Sharon, you'd be surprised how many people you inspire, okay? My mom is 75, and she just got online. When I lost my brother, she wasn't online. She didn't have a computer. Some of you may or may not know that he dropped out of a heart attack. He was 46-year-old, fit and healthy, and just boom, dropped out of a heart attack cold. So for a mom to lose their son, it's a pretty big impact in your life, and you crawl into this little shell. And there's so many people that'll slam, you know, social media out there, but I encouraged her to get on Facebook because there were other people out there that could inspire her, and she could communicate with and go into that healing zone by getting onto social media and being able to get the support there rather than be locked in. For folks in each of our age groups, we all have different strengths and weaknesses. But Sharon, you are one of the strongest members of this group, and you have so much to give and so much talent and so much drive and so much energy that it keeps our group going. Like me falling flat on my face today trying to get this stupid Google Hangout up and going. You know, my frustrations and the things that I was going through prevented me from really focusing and doing the things that I needed to do, and you were right there to scoop me up, help me out, and get us all going on the way. We were a little late, but you were the one that saved this Google Hangout today. So if I can give anything back to you, which says keep going. Don't think about the things you haven't accomplished. Think about the things you're going to accomplish. and just imagine how many people such as myself that you keep inspiring every day. I'm glad that the review helped you. I hope that you finish this book. Don't get into the analysis, paralysis type thing. What I learned about ebooks, which is Les Brown will tell you yourself, is that write it, be done with it, get it out there, because it doesn't matter. Some people are going to read it, some people are not. I know that your wholehearted focus is to help people, but the minute you get something out there, you're going to want to do another one. So it's always keep going. Don't look back, look forward. Know that there's greatness in you. That's per Les Brown.
And the thing is, each one of us always has a frustrating moment or disappointing times, but we keep on getting up. You'll have those moments, but the wonderful thing is there's a lesson to be learned in it, and then we keep on moving forward.
Well, that's true. That's, like I say, the focus of, I wrote the book, so I had a tool to use for instant opt-ins. But in choosing the subject matter, again, my big why was because I wanted to help so many other people.
And you are. Just focus on that. Not I want to. Say I am.
Yeah, you are. That's right.
You are helping so many people right now. Already be there in the present, and all those people that you are helping in the future by publishing. Just hold on to that. Not I want to, but I already have.
Thank you. That's true.
It is true.
You've already achieved it.
Yeah. It's just,
you've already
mindset that you're always talking about. You've already achieved it. It has happened, and you're so thankful for it. Because if you're wanting to, you're going to always be grasping. Yep. So you've achieved it. You're there.
Yeah.
You just have to. You're just ready to expand on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree, Karen. I agree totally.
It's funny you said about writing another book, because I've already thought about that. I thought I had much more I wanted to say, but I thought it got too long as it was. So I thought, well, maybe I'll just do another one at some point. So that's kind of funny.
Yep, end it and get it out there, and then book 2 is right behind it, and just keep on going.
Yeah,
keep on going. Don't worry about it being perfect. Just get it out there.
Then after you've done a few, then you can start prepping it to where you can sell them.
That's right.
Because they sell like $7, $10 ebooks all the time.
Yeah.
That can be an income source for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just get it out there.
That's good to know. And I really thank all of you for all of the input that you've given me, because it really has helped. And like I say, it was really kind of scary putting myself out there and honestly sending my link to you, all of you, to read, because I thought, oh God, what if they hate it? But then I thought,
all of that woman. What does she? Right?
Yeah.
Come on.
It doesn't matter, because what I wrote, I believe, and so I thought, well, I'm just going to do it because I think this will benefit people to read it and help them in their marketing. So again, thank you, and I stepping out of my comfort zone was huge in this, because I've never ever done anything like this before, and so now my struggle is getting my cover connected to my book, because I don't have the latest. I have an old Photoshop one, and loading it in, I'm having all kinds of issues. So I've been in touch with Teresa, and she's trying to help me get my cover onto my book. Once I get that done.
And then you'll teach us all how to do that when you're done, right?
Yeah, well, I hope so. I will.
Right. You
That's
will.
a technical thing. See, I'll write a book on tech stuff. Haha.
You'll teach how I published my first ebook.
There you go.
There you
There
go.
you go.
You can
But,
have a book, Tech for Senior.
There you go. I know it's been a real learning lesson, and I encourage everybody to try it because you learn a lot about yourself along the way and what you really believe in. So it's good.
If you're not able to quite figure out how to attach the cover to the PDF, you can always pay $5 to get it done.
Well, I hired the guy at Fiverr to do my cover to begin with, and the problem is the files that he's sending me, I can't use them because they won't open on my computer because I don't have the latest edition of
Well,
Photoshop.
tell him what it is that you do have for the version.
I did.
And to have him save it in that format.
I did, but he said, well, I just don't know why it's not working because I've sent 20 orders out this week and nobody else has had a problem. Well, of course not.
That was
Anyway,
a nice thing to say. Did you try the guys over at Upwork as well?
No.
Because I know Fiverr is Upwork.com is the same as Fiverr, but you may find a little bit more skill and talent over there.
Okay.
So I just put it in the chat roll there, Upwork.com. I think it's Upwork. I've got various ones. I'll put it in the chat roll, or actually I'll for the notes for this meeting I'll research. There's 3 or 4 different outsource groups that I use. Upwork I'm pretty sure is haven't used them for a while because I haven't had anything to put out there, but I will outsource that stuff long before I pull my brains out for that. I got more important things to do than bigger battles to fight than that one.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. Like I say, I really appreciate you reading my book and then your comments. That helps me because, what I do, I'm helping others, but you guys are behind me, helping me help others. So I really appreciate that.
What a team's all about.
Yeah, that's true. So I just wanted to go over the survey really quickly, and I know we need to wrap this up because we're like super late.
Yeah.
But
we started a little bit late too.
yeah, we did.
It's all good.
45 minutes late. So anyway, I was looking at some of the questions, and putting this survey out is like I wasn't really sure what questions to ask, so I just popped in. So if somebody else has some other questions that they think we could that would be beneficial, I'm more than open to hearing it. But one of the biggest things was what would you like to see discussed? And people want to know more about traffic sources, money-making activities, and different tools that are available, and then YouTube was good. I was really surprised PPC on that question. We did get some comments, but it was very little. And website building was also very little. So I think we should take these subjects and incorporate them into our group and maybe focus on one thing at a time for a week. Take the subject matter of either traffic sources, money-making activities, because I know I learned from JJ different things that he considered money-making activities, and I wasn't really sure about. I hadn't classified them as that in my mind. So I think if we go over some of those things as a group and put suggestions out, that it would be extremely helpful to people. Things that people can contribute to the group, I wanted to find out what really their strengths were that they could share with us. And that was the biggest thing, was things that people are doing. They wanted to be able to share with that, strategies that they're doing, and then again, traffic sources. And then, let's see, other was, yeah, energy work and mindset in NLP was one contributed. iMovie and videos was another, which I'm sure was Sherry, and whatever comes to mind, they said. So, and as far as the hosting, the Hangout, we talked about that earlier. Renee, you weren't here, but I had put that question in there. Would you like to do a one-on-one practice Hangout? And a lot of people responded to that they would, and I said I would be more than happy to do that, and Garen volunteered, and so did Sherry. So we could do one-on-one practice Hangouts with you, which anytime you want to do that, you can just schedule it. What day of week? The biggest day was Friday, was the most popular. Tuesday was the second, and then we got Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday, which surprised me because Sunday's a family day and, you know, church day and everything. So Sunday, I didn't think was as great a day, but somebody likes that. So anyway, on Friday or Tuesday, so with the people that are here, what's the consensus of Friday or Tuesday, which is the better day?
For me, it's usually Fridays. I am going to be coming into what we call a new bid. For my schedule at work, I have to bid every 6 months to get it. And I won't know, I mean, I have classically had Friday, Saturday off for the last several years. But my schedule may change. I will know, so I'll know more next Thursday. So what that schedule is going to be.
Okay. How about the rest of you?
I like Friday, but I would Tuesday's okay too, but definitely Friday is my favorite, but not in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we started on Tuesday, then we moved it to Friday, and it seems to me that the same amount of people show up. So I would just say, just keep it as it's back to Tuesday. Just keep it where we're at right now. Is my preference.
Rory?
Yeah. I'm fine with Friday, but
Fine.
I just have a hard time getting up this hour sometimes.
We'll give you a wake-up call.
Yeah.
Sharon, the other thing that I thought about, if we wanted to do, because there's such a great need for technical skills, learning how to do things technically, that if Tuesday is a potential good day for folks that want to accomplish things, or that potentially could hang out. If somebody wanted to do like a 30-minute or a 45-minute, hey, I've learned how to do this on Instagram or Snapchat, or I've learned something new that I want to share with you, maybe we can do a quick, to-the-point training on Tuesday, use that as a backup rather than bring it into this, because we always seem to have a great deal to discuss, you know, with each member. I think it's important that all of us are able to go back and forth and communicate and share what's working and what's not working, because that's sometimes you guys are the only ones that I can talk to and go, I can't get this doggone Google Hangout to work for me, and all of the teamwork that we have here and the different skills that we have here. So maybe you can use Tuesday as a backup where I'm seeing, you know, I would love to teach things that I've learned, but I'd also love to know, you know, how are you doing this, this, and this? Maybe that would work.
You know, I also just thought that maybe we could have a couple people, one or two people volunteer to do a training, you know, on our Hangout, decide, okay, like Sherry, this week you can do something on iMovie, and next week maybe Rory could do something, you know, on, what are you on, Snapchat or whatever it is, and maybe put up one or two training videos into our group each week.
So pre-record them?
Yeah, pre-record them and just put it up as a train. And it doesn't have to be long. I mean, Garen does that all the time, and it's extremely helpful. I save all of those so I can go back and refer to them. But
So that would be one more thing you need to teach us. How do I get that video into the Google Hangout?
it's easy.
Okay, I know you can teach me that.
So, yeah, what I don't know how to do is how to do the live things. Now, I did learn on the little sunshine thing here. What is this thing called? Jing. I can do a 5-minute thing. So I did learn how to do that, but I didn't have sound when I did my training. But anyway, it's something to think about. What do the rest of you think about that? Do you think it would be good if we, had people volunteer to put up a training every week?
Yeah, I think that if we can put a link, something into the group, training, if you want to sign up for training and what it is that you'd be willing to teach, that would be great.
Okay, I think that would work really well. So anyway, I was hoping that more people would participate in the survey, and they still can. And that's why I'm saying if any of you had other questions you'd like to add to the survey, I can add them in, and we can go from there. But I'm just trying to draw more of our other members to be able to come in on a regular basis, because the more people that join in and we can discuss things, I think the stronger the group is.
I hope nobody took offense to my post this week.
I thought it was funny.
Anybody that knows me knows that I'm messing around with folks about showing up 13 times in a century. So, after I put it out there,
very good.
Oh, I hope nobody takes offense to that.
Oh, it's very good.
So, does anybody else have anything they want to cover at this point? Because it's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
I want to share something that I found out, a way to download your YouTube videos to your computer for free. It only has Mozilla. You get something called Search for Video Download Helper. Basically, what you do is you bring your YouTube video to, and then you go to this little app, Video Download Helper, and you just make the selection of the quality you want of your video, and it'll download it to your computer at no cost. So that's Mozilla Firefox, and the app is Video Download Helper, and only works on Mozilla. That's something I found out. One thing I didn't mention that happened for me this week that might give you an idea, because we all have knowledge of things to market online to help other people. 2 weeks ago, I was at a social gathering and met a couple of solar power gentlemen that work in that niche, and they're starting a new company. And over the past 2 weeks, we've been in communication, and yesterday I had a long conversation with them. I looked at their website, I looked at all of their competitors, and I was able to share what I saw that could improve his presence and his objective. And so we're in this, now I have this door open, and he has an idea that I know more than what he knows for marketing his particular business, and there's that potential of doing some type of consultation work with these gentlemen into the future. So that's just something that I want to share. Maybe those opportunities will come to you as well, to other people build their online presence, because we know stuff. Because when I looked at his competition, they don't have the knowledge about capturing the people that come to their website and give them something. It's that simple knowledge of overlaying it on top of what they're doing, and it's definitely something something that I'm passionate about, where I see solar energy as a big benefit to our planet. And so it just fit in nicely, and I just wanted to share that there are opportunities out there for potentially for you to do the same thing. One of the things I got from Rory that I really appreciate is how he talked about reassessing and dropping off tools. Because I've had the same thing happen to me this past week where I'm reassessing. I came to the conclusion that I really have everything I need to succeed online right now. The knowledge, the education, the tools, and the just courage just go out and do it and make things happen. And that's the perfect way about you, Sharon. I know you create this book and you put it out there, and it's like, I have a background in painting, and in the past I had many exhibitions, painting exhibitions. And I see it, being an entrepreneur is just like that, where we create something with all our heart, all of our who we are, and it's an extension of who we are, and we put it out there, and guess what? People are going to react and respond. And that is, to have that feeling but yet still do that is very powerful. And yeah, that's kind of basically what I want to say, is that I appreciate, and that we are a rare breed of entrepreneurs, and that's why I love this, to go out there and create something and put it out in the world and share it and see how people respond and react, so that I can make adjustment and be better at what I'm at. So I appreciate everybody for what you're doing. I look forward, Rory, to what you have in store for us. I'm very interested in contributing to training. If I don't have a full picture of what that group Lionel has, but if they're looking for beginning stuff, I'd be very much in contributing that aspect to that group. So thank you, everyone, for your contributions. I really appreciate it. It's always wonderful.
So I'll get information out on the Facebook page to everybody on the things that we discussed earlier, and I'll get all the links up, and then I just need to talk to Lionel about the best way to present you guys with information, so that, you know, if you're interested, you can come in at the appropriate stage, because you guys are all a lot more knowledgeable than the basic beginner. So I'll talk to him about that, and we'll get you some information, because obviously we're all just trying to do what we can to make other people successful while we promote ourselves and become more successful as well. So thanks a lot, you guys, for being on today. Appreciate it.
Thank you. This has been a really good discussion today, and I really appreciate everybody being on here as well, and all the information everybody shared. So every week it's such an inspiration to get the support. So anybody want to volunteer for next week to host?
I would love to, but I am not going to be available on that particular Friday. So, you know, keep me in mind for the future, though.
Okay. So if anybody...
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
If nobody else wants to, I'll take it.
Okay. I didn't know whether Sherry wanted to try again or not, but if you want to go ahead and do it, let's go for it.
I'll ask her when I'll text her if she'd like to do it again. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Well, thanks, everybody. I think we need to wrap it up, and we will see you next week. And keep getting in there and doing your challenges and helping yourself to help others.
Yeah,
okay?
I think I've got plum almond gazpacho on my brain right now. So that's so wonderful. It's a good thought to leave with.
That's good. Looking forward to your recipe.
I will put it on the side, I promise.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, y'all have a good day.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.